So basically, we have done for the this GAG protocol standards. So we just do a little bit recap, and then what have you learned? All right. So we come here. So you guys still can remember, and then capture this picture. We segregate into 3 pillars. So what is the ESG? Correct. So this SDG 17, we can segregate into 3 pillars. There are 17 icons, but we can segregate. At least 3 pillars that telling you the environment, content of what. So maybe you guys can remember a little bit about the carbon emissions, right? So CK, what do you know about the social side?
Basically, go to the person.
Yeah. So it means that whatever you involve in this ESG, you cannot run away with it. You need to involve in the human activities. Somehow or other, because just now we've been talking about the environment, a lot of this one, the standard protocol. But again, it's a mimic on human activities. You need to contribute also. Then about the governance. So governance, I believe you guys, is a strength. And then we need to stress about these 2 things. Remember, transparency, and accountability. So this is a strength. So at least when we portray a company image, we definitely have a strength and weakness. And then what? SWOT. And then of course opportunity and threat. Nothing is perfect one, but at least where's the problem? And then we can produce a solution. At the same time, we can produce another one is sustainability in order for you to maintain standard. So our awards, you guys still can remember about the Pioneer Awards, Jerry? Pioneer Awards is what?
Just environmental, ESG.
Yeah, that's a readiness, right? So at least don't go for the reporting awards, and they tell you it's a future proof. At least you can prove to your stakeholder or client that you are ready. And then followed by the recognitions, avoiding fines. Lina can remember avoiding fines. About the recognition awards. Means that at least whatever the report you're doing is ready, you won't get any compound from any legal side or clinical side. And if you prove that all the documents that you're ready. So of course they are talking about the benefit of the awards. You can get these ethical governance, at least your practice, everyone can see you are good with governance, entrance of the competitive advantage, leadership, remember, and then attracting investor. There's a potential of the investor. So when people ask, I get this ESG recognitions, get this ESG award for what usage, at least you know how to answer. So when you expand your company profile, your company business, so at least you can use this reporting, use this platform to prove to your stakeholder rather than your ISO. So this one is compiled together, so at least you can see the overview for the module 1 and 2. Carbon emission, waste management from the environmental point of view, and then social governance, and then what kind of type of awards, and then what is the benefits. So this is the mind map. Now at least you guys know about what is the ESG, and then how it will relate to the ESG awards. Alright? So I think you guys probably have an idea that what's the overview for what is ESG and relate to this ESG award already, right? You give you anything about the simple words behind that. So the entire thing is talking about impact. What is the impact? How many people benefited? And And then another word to about this ESG to add on. Why they need this reporting? Because the stakeholder or your client, they need to know towards control and manage. They know, at least they understand your company, how you control your company, how you manage your company. Then we can read from the reporting. Correct? So when they read from your reporting, at least they're referring to your leadership. At least they know your leader aware about this ESG compliance. That's the reason why you create this reporting. Alright. Then this overview of module 3. Remember about this GHG gas. So when people talk about GHG, 7 gases. These 7 gases, harmful gases. Where actually they come from? Paris agreement, you see. So it's very easy to remember. So at least your story is aligned. You understand what is ESG, what is ESG award, and how you need to work, collaborate together with the GHG protocol. So these the carbon emissions, the sources that we need to collect, electricity, water, the transportation bill, all these. And then finally, there's an overview of module 4. So this module 4 is stressed on the corporate accounting and reporting. Every single company and every industry, they are different. So if you can use this accounting and reporting to template for them to come out with the idea of like HORIBA, we're using what? PLC, the product life cycle, remember? So they can tell you, I follow this GHG protocol with this standard accounting and reporting. I practice it, and then at the same time, I tell you what is the solution and what is the extra one, what is the last one. So total they got how many? At least they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Indeed, total they have 8 including this scope 1 and 2 and 3. But the general one, you don't need specific this accounting and reporting. Alright. So whereas come to those company, they feel that they require this reporting, to showcase, you see, to show their master that at least I follow the GHG protocol. I'm good with. Then they are different story because they're there to put this entire GHG protocol into their reporting, and then somehow they go for audit. So that's why, like you guys are accounting and taxation firm, if you can come up with this idea to your customer and then at the same time they practice, use the headline like HORIBA, environmental assessment via PLC, accounting and reporting. You see, they are so strong. Nobody there to practice this GHG protocol, accounting and reporting. They just throw it. They say, I'm practicing. And then they come up with an idea. Just I'll show you the picture. How are they going to recycle? Right? So, I think that's the end of my sessions. Any question and answer? Can see the star. Can see the customer. My one is a bit complicated, but this one only part of it only, I tell you. Maybe half of it. But at least you guys can benefit towards the GHG already. It's not that easy because at least they have so many accounting and reporting, but it's not all for the reporting. Only template for those particular company. Like Jerry is maybe in the project base. You can use the project to, the practice, put into accounting, and then they can put unpracticed GHG protocol. So when you practice this GHG protocol, when you send for audit, example, send to you guys audit, and then I don't know how to audit now. Say, what is this? That's another problem. So that's why you're only referring to this Big 4. But what I got to know, Big 4 just practice only. This is practice, but not really practicing because I believe in Malaysia, I think only a few companies practice only now. So you guys need to ready. Because if let's say Jerry is preparing all these things and then submit to you, you don't know how to compute that out. They say I'm practicing PLC, practicing these project tools. Then you don't know how to audit, you don't know how to read. But it's not that difficult. I believe they create one or two columns. You know, the waste one, disposal one, they create in the column. You know, and then the carbon emission, the extra one, they create in the column. And then this company very interesting. You're comparing, you know, what's the number they're getting from the carbon emissions. So, because an outsider, they consider you guys are specialists. You know? So at least you all go through. At least you know what is ESG. At least they're talking about gases. You're referring to what industry you know what kind of gases they'll be affected already. For example, this agriculture mental form. Then you refer back to your reporting already. Your reporting should use into this agriculture. Then will be more accurate. So, any question? It's okay, enough. And,
so for our industry, like our accounting firm like this, so we are more towards for the GHG, we are more towards only CO2, right?
Most CO2 scope 1 only lah. Scope 1, scope 2 like this lah. Scope 3 you can practice the protocol for city lah. That one very simple only mah. At least you nothing to contribute, but you contribute to the city. At least you know how to manage your waste. Save the electricity, save the water, you know, how to preserve.
So for the reporting wise, we just have to like what you just now mentioned, like how many kilowatts already reduced for the electricity consumption, and then further from there we have to calculate like through the saving of the electricity, how many.
You don't need to calculate this part.
No.
They already prepared the tool. You just need to collect the data. Because they can help you to generate. You just in and pop one number.
Oh, there's a.
Yeah, the formula. So that's why our side is very simple. Protocol CD, but come to company is different. Some of the company they are recycling, some of the company is steel, some of the company agriculture. So I believe you guys might be facing those companies into this. So how are they going to showcase and present their company? So you need to advise them. It's not me to advise you, you have no idea.
The data is very you have to collect data for 1 month, half a year, 1 year.
1 year.
1 year data.
1 year data. For example, the mental form, that one is not that difficult. You roughly say, what's your livestock? How big is your livestock? Roughly you need to interview. So you can calculate out already every single thing. And then you see how much the volume affected this environment. So they have a calculation, everything's ready, honestly speaking. I can show you a little bit that calculation. So fuel type total, you know, see heating value basis, density. Biomass emissions, CO2 factor. So indeed, we have a lot of data. We have a lot of data.
It's 对的啦，天气啊。